I'll complain that Jason will do something. Then I mean, this is a very real thing, right? Like Jason will do it, and I'll be whining. Jason, what the hell are you doing? And then just like, I can kill him. That kind of thing. Then there'll be a bit of a. I was very fair. I am very fair in my scoldings, guys. Jason also gets scolded.
Okay.
All the time. I mean, when pause time, I'm like, okay, guys, chill, boys. I'm zen as hell. I'm very relaxed. I tell them what I think I do. But then once I put on the mic, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. We get Alex, ladies and gentlemen, wearing the PRX t-shirt. That is the PRX t-shirt, right?
Yes, of course. Please buy. But I think it's out of stock, actually.
That's the problem, dude.
Use my code, man.
I would have, but listen, I was actually on my phone, right? Waiting for the jersey to start selling. Remember your latest jersey? Yeah. I was actually on the checkout page, right? But then I wanted to change into my PC so I can check out more easily.
Oh, mistake.
And then it's just gone.
Apparently it sold out in 4 minutes.
Exactly. It's so fucking stupid.
So I think next time they're going to have to make a way bigger drop.
Yeah, I think you guys have to, because I mean, you guys are insane, man. We've got a lot of fans for you guys. And so to kick things off, of course, congratulations for every achievement that you've gotten so far. I mean, you guys are pretty much the face of APAC right now, right? PRX? Do you think that's
I hope so. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think it's still DRX.
Okay. So you still think it's DRX. But
yeah, they're like the Godfather,
They are. In a sense that I guess everybody looked up to DRX, right?
They're still. I mean, I feel like they're still the most hyped team. Right? Every time they go into a tournament, like everyone's like just hoping that they do well.
That's
and they do.
True.
They do well. Like 50s is nothing is score fed, right? Like
it's not so bad that we can say that DRX is shit, but they've always fell short of expectations, don't you think?
It's because they have they can play so well. Everybody knows.
Yeah, especially for the pros. Right, everyone in the chat. You guys don't have this experience, but we do have experience playing with DRX. And holy shit, it's just been... I mean, this was... Yeah, it's just broken, right? So for me, personally, of course, my experience were mostly from last year when I was still actively coaching. We scrimmed DRX a few times, and we got destroyed almost all the time. We can barely...
Same thing happened to me.
So okay, we're actually jumping right into it, I guess. Okay, but... Let's just jump into this for a little bit, and then I want to take a step back and talk about you. Sure. Yeah. But you mentioned getting destroyed by DRX.
Yes, it's a regular occurrence.
Have you ever won a map against DRX?
Of course.
Oh shit! Okay, so that's the difference.
but most of the time, it's just it's a one-sided affair. We try something new, and then boom, we just get smashed.
Right, and do you guys get new things from playing against DRX?
Yeah, we steal a lot of shit from them.
Is that how you describe it? You just steal?
Honestly, right, the one thing that we have stolen and kept is that icebox strat that they did. The one where they go from mid to B.
Yes.
Yeah, so we use that.
Second
level. We use it against them on purpose because we wanted to irritate them.
It's
that was like first time we played them.
Right. It's like trying to get approval from the daddies. Hey, dad, look at me doing your thing. Do you guys think this is good? And of course, you guys have done pretty well with that. So, yeah, that's DRX, guys. See, even Alex, coach of PRX, who plays second last Masters, is respecting the shit out of DRX. DRX is that respect. They earn so much respect from pretty much every player, every staff in the APAC region. So, huge shout out to DRX. But, all right. So, Alex, I have a very important question. Someone asked me this in the chat yesterday. Are you Singaporean or French?
I have a French passport, which I can't find. There it is. So I am French.
Look at that!
I am French.
He is actually French.
I'm half. So I mean, I'm you know what Lusa Pao is? You know what banana is? Like people that are like yellow on the outside and then white inside. Yeah, I'm the exact opposite.
That's you.
Yeah, I'm exact opposite.
But so you don't have a Singaporean passport?
No, I don't. You can't have dual citizenship in Singapore. I think you would know it.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I have an Indonesian passport. But it was because I think Indonesia, we follow our parents. So I was born in Singapore. but I don't have a Singaporean passport because parents are from Indonesia. But okay, so we got that out of the way, guys. He is French. All right, so stop asking.
By blood, yes.
By blood, yes. But
But
you guys
for
probably
intents
can.
purposes, guys, I'm from Singapore. I'm Singaporean for intents purposes.
But you can tell from his accent that he's pretty much a Singaporean. So that's good. Okay, so you've been in esports for quite some time, haven't you?
As long as you, no, maybe a bit
Maybe
longer.
even longer, dude. Because, well, let's not jump ahead, but let's just ask you first. How did you first get into competitive gaming? Was FPS always your game of choice?
Yeah, I think around like 17 years old, I tore my ACL in my knee. So when as it
Damn.
goes, after if you need to replace a sport with something competitive, right? So it
Yeah.
became FPS. And
Right.
1.6 was the thing, like every LAN shop in Singapore had like 1.6. So
Yeah.
I would just go there and play, and I like this game. let me try and play like some competitions.
Okay.
But I mean, didn't get paid, of course, in 1.6.
I mean, how long
A bit
ago
hard to
was
get
this? Holy shit, 1.6 is probably like
That's like
what?
16 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that's in the 2010s,
Yeah.
like early 2010s.
Yeah, something like that.
1.6. And you got really good at the game, right? And
1.6?
1.6, yeah?
I was okay.
Did
I was
you
better
already
in CSGO for sure.
Of course, in CS:GO, you were like a well-known name. But did you get a chance to get competitive, like in a team in 1.6?
1.6? Yeah, did. I mean, the main problem with 1.6 is because of this bloody passport, right? And the only event I could go through was WCG. And WCG is like, oh, you can only be Singaporean to play. So I can't play. So I basically couldn't play anything.
That sucks.
So I only play local lands, yeah.
So your passport is actually cock blocking you from competing in CS.
For 1.6, yeah.
Oh, damn it. That is
That's because
stupid.
at that time they didn't have like it's like 3 people per region thing. Yeah. It's all about like, okay, we're playing WCG, you have to have 5
You
Singaporeans.
have to be from the country.
Exactly, yeah.
Damn it. So that's one of the reasons why you didn't really go anywhere in 1.6. Shit.
I wasn't that good also.
Okay. So then, of course, 1.6 started dying. People made the switch to CSGO. Did you just pick it up immediately?
Before, in between the two, there's an Asian game called CS Online.
Oh yes!
I was really good at that game. Okay, we were the kings. I beat everyone.
Okay, but okay,
CSGO.
Okay, that CS Online. Did a lot of people play CS Online? I don't play CS Online.
WCG was CS Online.
Damn, really?
They let me play. Yeah, I think I snuck in somehow because I didn't show them my passport. But I definitely shouldn't be allowed to play them. But I played the event, I think.
But you did. And did you win?
Yeah, we lost to Tyloo.
Same
guys, they went to CSGO and gave us so much trouble.
Of course it's Tyloo. It's always Tyloo. Okay. Makes you wonder why they're not here in Valorant yet.
They have a Valorant team.
They do, but we just don't see them, It's always EDG, but...
It's because I think it's not popular in China, so...
Yeah, it's not there yet, I guess.
No point for them.
Okay.
Plus, I mean, the thing about Chinese, like for example, the Tyloo boss, like I know of him, and he's a super, like he wants to succeed in CSGO, so that's his main focus. Everything, all his money, everything, it's going in CSGO. And they're the most well supported of there, I think.
Right. So they have laser...
They have the results to show it.
Of course. They have a laser focus on CSGO, I guess. So
yeah, absolutely.
No
everything else is just like... They don't have I'm quite sure they don't have a mobile team, or mobile or
yeah. It's so big in China, right? Like Dota is
huge,
and they don't have it, right? So it really depends on the owner. Okay, so CS:GO, you started kind of playing really good, but then CS:GO didn't live for long, right? How long?
2 years?
That's it. 2 years. Yeah, I didn't
even touch games,
it, right? And then CS:GO came out. And of course you had to move if you were to stay competitive. What was the first team you joined in CSGO?
It was the same team from 1.6 as Bovines. There's a roster called Bovines.
That is the team I know you from, Bovines.
Yeah,
so that was the team.
Just went all the way.
Damn. So you stuck with that one team since the beginning?
I never changed. I'm a one team man, I went all the way until maybe, I think for 8 years I was in the same team with like Moxie.
Bovines Bovine. I do know Moxie. I know a lot of the CSGO players, of course. Because I was playing in Singapore servers, right? And of course I would bump into you guys in matchmaking or face it. Even in tournaments, I actually saw you guys in a tournament once at LAN.
In
Yeah, in
Singapore?
Singapore.
Oh, yeah, I remember meeting you there. It was,
It was.
I remember you walked right past me and was like, hey, can I see you? Like, Andy?
Yes.
I remember this tournament.
Dude, that was such a long time ago, though. Holy shit.
It was, yes.
It was
Holy
such a long time ago. That was
But
like.
now we're here.
Yes, we are. It's been like 7 years ish. Because I remember the last time I went out for a LAN for CSGO was like 2015 or 16. So that's how long I've known Alex, guys. There's a lot of things going on with him with CSGO back then. He played in that Bovines team for so long, and they dominated. They were like the team until there's one team that came into the Singapore scene, and I think you know which team I'm talking about.
Yeah, Dreamscape.
The
little boy started beating us up.
Splash Key.
Yeah.
That prodigy from Singapore, and I think you guys might have heard of him, maybe not, but he was in a team in Valorant. He started playing, I think, right? He made the switch. Yep. But back then, Bovines was the team, and then came Dreamscape, and then Bovines they were still the top team in Singapore, but we rarely see them. Is there a reason why we rarely see you guys towards the tail end of
Bovines?
Yeah.
We started losing, man. That's the truth. No, but I think we had a lot of roster problems because I think real life started to hit us, right? And I think me and Lego were in university, we were in US, and I think for me, I was willing to like skip exams, and then just redo the module, but he wasn't, so we couldn't. We would have to get subs and stuff. So I mean, we start to fracture right from there. Like one person's giving their all, the other person isn't. So we had to discuss. We had problems with that. We had players that have like family problems. I think if you remember Crady, he had a lot of family problems that he had to deal with. So can't practice. So eventually, I think me and Moxie just said, okay, we're done. So Moxie left. He joined Dreamscape. Then 6 months later, he's like, yo, just come back. So sinking ship, let's go.
Did you join Dreamscape?
Yeah, I did.
At one point?
I joined Dreamscape. 3 months later, we went to Boot. We were signed by Boot. Yeah, so that's how it worked.
But that was towards the end of like CSGO's life, right? I think it was like 20.
Not really. 2018?
18. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like.
Right. No, it's beginning of the end.
Beginning of the end, exactly. So, okay. Yeah, now that you mentioned it, I remember you did transition into, I guess Bovines just broke up, right, at that. And this is actually bringing up a very interesting point for you as French/Singaporean.
Yeah.
It must have been really hard to play in esports for a Singaporean. Like, at least for me, I still get to play because Indonesia is like a chill country, we're all like very okay with whatever that our kids. Well, not really, but
you mean like parental pressure,
parents,
societal pressure.
Yeah, societal pressure, and the country is fucking expensive, man. Singapore is
it is
stupidly expensive. So to sustain yourself in esports, and you said it yourself, 1.6, you didn't make any money, right?
I did, zero.
How were you So how did you go?
Basically, I'm very fortunate to be in a more well-off family than a lot of people.
Awesome.
So they can support me doing stupid shit like pursuing a career that nobody knows whether it's viable.
Yeah.
And I mean, I basically argued and fought with my parents until I was 25 or 26 before I started making a salary from Boot DS, right? So then there's like, okay, you're gonna do this as long as you can, but you need to make sure you have a degree. You need to make sure you're working. So, I mean, in Boot DS, the salary it's not good, right? We come from an Asian team. We're not winning anything. We don't have any viewers. No Twitch, nothing. You can't support yourself with, right? So I had to work outside. So I do a lot of like editing. I still do. I work for. I did like PowerPoint slides and Word documents for a lot of companies that are trying to find like English, like they try and like translate from English to Chinese, and I try and edit it for them, and I send it back to them, and I have a like little bit of money for myself.
Hold up. You said you still do?
Yeah, I still do it. I mean, the salary is not enough for a person my age, in my opinion. Like I went to NUS, right? A lot of my peers are like high flyers, right? So they're all like earning way more than me. And this is Singapore. Singapore culture, right?
Yes.
Like if you can't earn money, it's like you're dead, right? I can't rent I still live with my parents. Unfortunately, I would love to move out, but the salary doesn't support it. It's normal, right? But in return, now I'm hoarding cash. I'm saving lots of money because I don't have to pay for food.
Exactly. That is actually pretty
great.
good, and a lot of people are willing to do that. Like people have ego.
Singapore's expensive, right?
Singapore is crazy expensive. If you guys don't know about Singapore culture, you guys don't understand, I think, the depth
exactly.
of what Alex and other Singaporean players / staff or esports enthusiasts will have to go through to be able to do what he's doing right now. But okay, you say you still do it right now, but even with PRX, you still do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's become something that I only need to spend 2-3 hours a week on.
Right.
So it's just like I wake up in the morning a little bit earlier. I clear all the work and I'm like,
right.
Okay.
So, but it's shifted out from your priority list, right?
Maybe I've other stuff on the side. I'm working with another uncle that's doing like joysticks for mobile games.
What?
So, but I haven't managed to sell any. But yeah, I mean,
what is this? This is.
No, you have to, you have to.
Okay, but you're making me and a lot of other coaches mad because you have coached PRX that went on to win a lot of competitions here in Asia and then went on to be the second place on Masters, and you're still doing a lot of other shit outside. Like, do you not think like you need to commit full time? Do you think you can manage? And
I mean, I am basically full time. It's just I trade a lot of sleep for all my other stuff, my other endeavors. I basically don't sleep. 4-5 hours.
I was asking you yesterday. I was asking you before we decided on the time. Like, are you a late sleeper? Are you an early sleeper? No, I sleep at 4 a.m. Dude, how the fuck? You start practice at 2 and end at 9, and then you sleep at 4, and then you still have all these other stuff.
Yes, you see this? I'm drinking coffee at this time. Trying to survive.
God damn it, this guy. Okay, so you're basically trying to balance a lot of shit so that you can pursue this. Has this been like a passion of yours since you were young? Like you decided, yes, I want to compete, or what was it for you that made you want to do all this and trade sleep? I love sleep, dude. I wouldn't trade it for a lot of shit, but you do. So
I mean,
where did this come from?
I like competing, right? It's like I'm a very competitive person, as you can see from all my angry memes.
We'll get to that. We'll talk about it later.
I am hyper competitive in general. I've learned to tone it down over the years, but I enjoy the competition a lot. I still wish I can play, but I just can't keep up with someone that can play 18 hours a day. Right? I have no way I'm beating Jason in anything in Valorant. Like it's impossible. So like eventually you come to realize that like okay fine, I have to coach. I'm done with this game.
When was this? When was this decision to?
It was forced upon me, bro.
But who forced it? Like what exactly happened? Like was it a self
in CS:GO? In CS:GO, it wasn't. No.
Okay.
I would have kept playing, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I would be playing Valorant right now if it wasn't forced upon me. But basically, I mean, we weren't winning in CS:GO, right? So that was 2020. And then Jason. Well, first Tommy, we managed to acquire Tommy from another team. Mm-hmm. So he joined. And then I was like, yeah, I'm still playing, right? Then halfway through, Harley and Nick comments like, Alex, we gotta talk to you. Jason's team, he was playing for a Chinese team and they dissolved, right? So there's a once in a lifetime opportunity to get a great player.
Acquire him.
Yeah, acquire. So I was the sacrifice.
Oh my god.
And that was it.
No.
It was a painful sacrifice, but I had to.
You were the sacrifice for us to be able to get Jason?
To get Jason on the international team, yes.
It's worth it.
Worth it. Yeah, it's worth it in my opinion.
I feel bad saying it, but it's worth it, Alex.
No, we won a CS:GO tournament at the end of the year. Like
that exactly.
Jason was part of it.
Damn. Okay, so do you still feel that itch right now? Like you want to play, you want to compete, like as a player?
A lot less.
A lot less.
I mean, I think it's because I've seen what they can do, and I'm like,
yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't think I can make it Radiant. So I don't know how I'm gonna play with these guys.
So like you just started slowly giving up. Like I probably shouldn't think about playing.
I've accepted my fate. I am old now.
Do you mind me asking?
Other stuff now.
That is correct. Do you mind me asking how old you really are?
I just turned 33. Like.
Did you say 23 or 33? 33?
Yeah.
Damn. He's 33.
Angel is 1 month younger than me. Guy.
What? Okay, this is
So
news. I honestly think you were like, I don't know what, 27, 28, like maybe a year or two older than I am.
Like very very nice of you, but no,
No,
I'm in my
honestly,
30s,
I'm
dude.
pretty sure Chad agrees with me. Chad, I know you think the same thing, right? You do not
It's been a
think,
long career.
damn, 33. No, Boaster is different.
Yeah, I know,
Boaster is
right?
still young, dude. Boaster is like
Boaster.
27 or 28.
Yeah, Boaster's young.
Yeah, Boaster is young. Someone in chat was saying like, oh, it's just like Boaster. No, but okay, damn, I did not expect that. So you started realizing you cannot, I guess, perform as well as like people like Jason, Jang, stuff like that. So
Well, it's not
has
really it's not really that, right? Like
okay,
I think the studies. I think if you look at like elite athletes like Rafa
mm,
Nadal, like Federer,
yeah,
you know, they're playing almost into
tennis,
their 40s, right?
yeah,
There's Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, you know
of
how old they
course,
are. So I think the studies have shown that your reaction speed doesn't actually drop until you're 40, 45, that kind of
mm.
stuff. So theoretically I could
You
do it. The
could,
only problem
yeah,
is motivation, right? Like it's incredibly hard to continue doing what you're doing unless like you have to like build a I don't know, it's impossible. It's about discipline, it's about motivation, it's about being renewing yourself every single turn, you know. So it's I can't do it. A
mm,
lot of other people might be able to do it. I think like for example Benkai, I think once he hits his 30s, I think he can do it because he's very, very like driven. But yeah, for example, Jason, I think if he keeps up this momentum like machine, right, I think he'll play really late. Like Forrest, for example, in
mm,
CS:GO, he's still playing, right? He's still really,
yeah,
really good. Like just stood in for Fnatic and played pretty well.
damn,
You know, so I don't think reaction speeds will drop and anything.
mm,
It's just how much you want to put into the game, you know.
okay,
And I can't do that. As a
but
coach, yes. As a player,
right.
fuck.
But you're saying, I guess there's that drop of motivation for you to play as a player.
It's more like real life hits you in the face, right? More than anything else. Suddenly you
Okay.
need to buy a house. You need to have a car.
Okay,
Suddenly
so
you
all
need
right.
to, you know.
So I have an interesting question. Do you think it would have been different if you were born in another country or you're living in another country? Let's say Indonesia.
Possibly. I would be able to play longer, that's for sure.
Mm,
You know,
yeah.
because I assume that things are slightly cheaper there, and maybe like you could make a proper living out of this.
Yep.
Honestly, in Singapore, it's really really hard. You know, like it's really hard. Like for example, this franchising thing is actually really good for esports players in Singapore. Huge, right?
Yeah.
So if we do get it, I mean, even if we don't get it, um, I'm very sure all five of them will find their way into a franchise team.
Yeah.
Somehow or another, maybe maybe as teammates, maybe as opponents in the future,
Mm,
but
mm.
they would find their way somehow. Right? And for them, they can from there build their brand, build everything. Right? It's a big deal. Probably was born in the wrong era as well, right? Like I could have been a better Twitch streamer, for
Yeah.
example, than I could
Definitely.
have
Yeah.
in CS:GO is impossible, right? Now I have a chance, you know.
Yeah.
For example, Jason's pulling 9K viewers,
Dude, it's insane how
like
much he's pulling.
like he's pulling so many viewers. So if he can monetize, convert, boom, you know,
Easy.
he can make a living anywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, being born in this as a sandwich generation sucks, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Not early enough
being
to
a
start competing.
trailblazer,
Yeah, yeah.
pioneer is balls, man. Nobody wants to do that.
But you did pioneer like a new era for APAC esports. I don't know if you feel this, but we for sure feel it. Like me personally, as an esports enthusiast, I mean, I've grown up in the same era as you, kind of, right? I
Yeah,
played in the same
a little bit
community
younger.
and a little younger, but I still
Yeah.
saw our journey, you know, like moments from where we don't even know that esports existed, and then we started discovering it, and but there's still no money, and then now it's
Yeah,
become a thing that you can make careers out of. Like it's insanely different from like
yeah, it's
5-10 years ago, right?
huge
And
difference. Yeah.
even recently, like even until 2 years ago, I don't think APAC as a PC esports region wasn't really that, recognized, well known. And then you guys started appearing, right? And I want to talk about this journey because I remember the first time we scrimmed against you. Remember AE versus PRX scrim?
Yeah, of
I
course.
have a lot of thoughts that we can share after this, but the point is, we went from nothing, and then now we were second place as an APAC region on the world stage, and that's thanks to you guys. So I would like to personally thank you guys for
Very, very well.
giving us that. That is just insane. And of course, we also have Boom Esports now, going into
Yeah,
champions.
no, that's great for Indonesia.
I was like, shit, I fucking cried on stream the night we found out that it's going to be an all Indonesian grand finals. But okay. PRX. So you decided, or you were forced into retirement as a player and then into a new coach. How did you transition? Because you know this. I think you know that playing and coaching is very different. You have a lot of, I guess, overlap, but there's different skills that you need to apply, right? What were the main differences, you think, as a player and as a coach?
Yeah. I mean, I've done it before, right? So I went from player to coach to player, and then coach again. Coach again, yeah. So I sort of know what's going on. In the sense where, like, I think, that's I mean, what's the difference between coaching and playing?
Yes,
right, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The main difference is basically when you're coaching, you just want to jump in the game and help them shoot.
Yes.
Just like, you idiot. That kind of thing. Yeah, that's the main difference. You can't do it anymore, but you have to do it very nicely. It's like, no, Jason, you cannot picture Jason. It's a bad idea.
And this is a skill that I think you have to develop, right? Because you said it yourself, you're very emotional.
I mean, when I first started coaching, I was a little bit more nastier, Like, I thought that it would be a bit easier to get to the point, right? So I think the person that took the brunt of this shit was Tommy, Like, I always go.
And that's why he's not playing anymore, Alex. You scarred him, man.
I could have messed him up. It's I mean, in Valorant, Tommy took a lot of shit, but I don't think it's from me.
Okay.
It's from the whole team, because we were, like, you come from, like, winning a tournament in CS:GO and then moving to Valorant and you start losing. Yeah, that's not easy,
No.
But I mean, aside from that, I think in CS:GO I was a little bit nastier.
Yeah.
Then I sort of learned along the way, like it's not, for our team especially, it's actually not the best way to teach someone anything. So I think I've mellowed. So I'm old now, so totally mellowed over the years.
You've chilled a lot along the years, yeah. Okay. So you're saying it's about being able to communicate more effectively with less,
for sure,
pressure on these players, especially because they're really young, right? They're very, maybe they're emotionally affected by things, by the way you say things, not the thing itself.
Exactly.
Maybe they don't mind getting called you suck, but the way you say it, right? It's
exactly.
It's a skill that you have to develop. So, did you find this a natural progression for you? Like, was it easy for you to practice that?
It's quite easy. I mean, you sort of realize along the way that, like, you might have a point of view, right?
Yeah.
And they also have a point of view. It's about meeting in the middle.
Yep.
Instead of just forcing them to go your way all the way. Unless, I mean, there's some things that obviously, you have to put your foot down, right? But I do it in a nice way now. I'm like, okay, no, we're not doing this. Like, for example, if someone decides something really, we are known for crazy comps, but there's really stupid shit that we have tried.
Yeah.
It mostly comes from me, but sometimes they come as well. I'd be like, okay, stop. It's too much,
Okay, so even you can. Sorry, I was just gonna ask. So I was about
to say, like, at the start of Valorant, like, basically Jason thinks he can play everything,
Right.
So if we just decide one game, and everyone gets angry with him because, like, no, Jason, go on Jet. and then he's like, I don't want. I want to play Killer.
Okay. This is very interesting. I want to get into that. So PRX transitioned into Valorant, right? You switched games. Can you tell us a bit of the story there? Like, how did that happen? When did PRX start to develop, like, this Valorant roster from their CS:GO roster?
PRX, right? From PRX.
Yeah, PRX.
Okay,
yes.
so I might get my dates wrong. I think 2020 we had a new CS:GO team. There's around middle of the year we acquired Jason.
Yes.
Around the same time, PRX decided to have a Valorant roster, so you might know some players from there.
Yeah,
but I think the most standout person is Redla, right?
Yes.
So he was the one that they kept.
Yep.
And the rest they dropped, right? Egoist was part of it, and our manager now is also part of it last time. So that's JD Faker. Then they dropped the roster for reasons like out of our control, but kept Jarrell, Redla. From then on, I think at the end of the year we won a tournament, Zowie Extreme Lens. It happens to be online because of COVID.
This is CS:GO, right?
CS:GO. Yes. So we won. And then we had meetings, so our contracts are up, like you. And everyone, obviously, like, we had the CS:GO mindset, like, CS:GO better game, Valorant, that kind of thing. So we're all like that,
We're still that, yeah, okay.
But Jason and Lish were playing a lot of Valorant already. Lish is Davai, so Jason and Davai are playing a lot of Valorant. right? And they play a tournament. They randomly just went to play a tournament, and then it was a country thing. So
Yeah.
Lish was playing for. Dara was playing for
Malaysia.
what became Todak in the future. So he just stood in. He was Lord
Oh.
Grim. This is his name. Very proud of his name. He wanted to change it to Lord Grim. But that aside, yeah. So he played very well, and
Yeah,
Harley watched
yeah.
it. Harley said, actually, this guy can play Valorant quite well.
Damn.
Like,
Okay.
all right. So they came to us and said, okay, guys, look, this is the situation. There's zero money in CS right now for you guys. Like, there are no tournaments, COVID. So we're not gonna play anything. We're gonna play RMR tournaments, and we're up against bloody Tailu, Vichy, and all Mongolians, and we're good, but we cannot beat them, right? So we
It's
cannot beat them
different.
consistently, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So we couldn't do it. So they're like, look, okay, you can play CS:GO if you really, really want to do it, or you can take a shot at Valorant. New game, new chance, new opportunity. So we spoke for like 30 minutes with them. Then they left, and then there was like 7 of us there, and we're like, okay, look, guys, like, let's be real. If we don't move to Valorant, that's the end of our careers in esports. Then we discuss, then everybody, like some people they want to go.
Yeah.
But we decided to just go together, and we decided that as soon as we start the Valorant, we're gonna drop all our egos, right? We're gonna start from square one. And I made sure that they understood this very clearly. That we're going to lose every fucking thing. We're probably gonna lose everything. So hopped onto Valorant, and then Jarrell joined the team, 6-man roster. And the point was for him to teach us how to play because we had no bloody idea. Yeah, so we had Jason trying to teach us how to play halfway through. I mean, obviously Jason didn't play tournaments also, so he didn't know the meta, right? So he just played, and after that, like, we couldn't. Sova arrows would fly in, right? And we'll look at the thing, and then boom, everybody gets scared, and then someone gets bloody pissed off. Like Lish will get pissed off, Dava will get pissed off, Jason get pissed off because we can't shoot the arrow, and we don't know what the hell that is, And everybody's just scolding each other, and it became a mess, So, but then we transitioned. Yeah, we got here somehow or another.
So
we got here.
That was the first like encounter with Valorant. Everybody just getting pissed at everything that's going on. Because I mean, guys, if you compare it to CS:GO, there's literally like 5 utilities in CS if you count decoy.
Yeah.
That's
so
flash.
Very straightforward.
It's very straightforward, and so you have to get creative within those constraints, and that's why CS:GO is still a very legit game with a lot of nuances in the top teams. But that point is beside the point. Valorant is just a totally different beast when it comes to utilities, with coordination. Like, holy shit, how do you coordinate like 20 different utilities, right? That's basically what you have. 5 agents, 4 utilities each, 20. Quick math. And so that's how you started, with a lot of people getting pissed off. Yeah. And you as the coach, now the responsibility is on you, right? To get each of these players to understand what the fuck is going on in Valorant. What was your process to, you yourself had to learn Valorant, of course. And so then you had to teach your players as well. Like, was there a balance? Were players teaching you as well? Like, what was the process like until you guys feel like, oh, I think we're starting to get Valorant?
I mean, what happened was basically I just told him, look, I don't know how to play this game. I'm not gonna play ranked.
Okay.
All right, because I don't enjoy it as much as I play CS. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit and watch every single VOD that's ever been played for like hours and hours, so that I understand the game from a different perspective. Then I told them, you guys go play ranked. Come back and tell me what you guys think, and we'll just combine experiences. So I did all the VOD reviewing, they did all the playing, and we sat down. We had a lot of discuss. Every day was like discuss, play scrims, get hammered, rewatch VODs. I watch VODs, I watch practice VODs, discuss again, get hammered. Then mood was at all-time low, which is something I had to fix. It was very, because Jason was really good. We were winning scrims because Jason was just running at them and winning, and then Lish could play also. So Davai could just run at them and be winning. It was fine, you know what I mean? So we had to mix the two, and then Aaron didn't like the game. I'm pretty sure Ben didn't like the game also.
Oh my God.
For the longest time. And then Tommy was getting a lot of shit because he couldn't hit any, he couldn't shoot any Sova arrows, and we forced him to play Sova. And unfortunately for him, like, it is not an agent for him, Now that I've learned a bit more, he wouldn't be playing Sova. We would just throw him into like Reina or something. It would probably worked out a lot better. Yeah, but someone had to play Sova, right? And like Tommy, you got to pick it up. So he would learn all the lineups, and then you learn like it was a mess. But basically, what I did was I watched every game played So I watched a crap ton of games from Europe, from NA. You know, at the time Sentinels is the best, right? So I would watch Sentinels play. Prior to Tens joining, you know, I watched Sentinels play. I watched the old FPX play. I can't remember if they were called FPX or Zipan Go Kill or something like that.
Yeah,
but I was watching. I was already watching them. I was like watching everything. I was like, yeah, okay, this is how I want to play. You know, so I just took everything. And then, first people we scrimmed with were DRX already. VS at that time. We already told them like, look, we got to play the best. So we just went in and died, and then we do it again every week. We went in and died, and then eventually you sort of picked up from them like, yeah, what they're doing is really good. Let's copy.
I mean, that's one way to learn, right? Yeah.
First 6 months, we are baby DRX. Literally just stole everything. Like whatever they did, we copied, man. They were using Breach and Icebox. Yeah, next day we are using Breach and Icebox.
You're saying you're baby DRX. You copied everything from DRX, but you don't play anything like DRX. So
yeah, well, we had to split up in the end.
Of course, but
if not, you never catch up, right?
Exactly. But how did you start figuring out the PRX game style? You know, because you were just picking things up, so that means you're just absorbing mode, right? You're just taking things from one team, and then just try it out. And see what works. But now PRX is known for their own playstyle, and I know it takes a long time, right? If you count 2020 as the start, then it's been 2 years. But I think along the way we started seeing the current form of PRX. But now it's just, let's just say right now is the peak form. But we were like at the bottom at one point, and so you started going into this direction. How did you started, seeing PRX as the current form? Like, how did you put this piece together?
I'm not sure how it happened, but what basically I did before every practice was we would get in the practice, we would watch a professional team play, and we will discuss what they did, whether we like what they did or whether they didn't like what they did, and what we could do better. And then we just assume that, okay, Valorant's a very new game, right? So possibility is endless, right?
Yeah.
And it's a bit different from CS. So we didn't really want to, we try our best not to apply CS concepts across. So that's number one, which most teams do when they come from a CS background.
Right, that's right.
So we tried to do something else. We tried to be more. I wanted them to be more. Okay, so the first time we had experience with this when we played against Extend, which is now Zersia, right?
Yeah.
And when we played and we lost, and I said, look, these guys obviously are Valorant players. The way they think is different. You know what I mean? Like you could tell. You know, I wanted to get to that level. So like we have huge respect for them, because they really play very differently compared to everyone else. Like every utility is more thought through. So that's one. That was step one. Like losing to them for the first Reykjavik. So we from then that day we tried to make sure that we played not CS but we played Valorant. So I don't know how it became this play style. I drove discussions more than I did like the actual full thing. But we did a lot of like VOD review. We drawing, Epic Pen, right? I'm sure you have it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm basically in Discord just drawing like stuff.
You could be a Twitch streamer then, right? With Epic Pen, just pointing things out.
Yeah, so I'll just circle and like, I want you here, Tommy. I want you here. I think it was Shiba after that. So like John came in. Yeah, that's another thing. Shiba came in and we learned a lot from him also.
Right.
As well, because now we had a guy that did not play that much CS:GO. He played
Valorant,
CS:GO, played Overwatch, played real Valorant. So like we had a guy that we could learn from, and he's like, people think that he played really badly in Berlin. Like let's be real, it's his first LAN ever.
He's great.
Like he's a very good player. Like it's a very good player inside him. Yes. Inside there, but under a lot of pressure to perform. And he cracked the first map. He played really well the second map. So like it happens. I've seen this happen. None of us blame him. I mean, we all know like he was under insane pressure. Like he couldn't do it. But the fact remains is he got us to Berlin.
Exactly.
He played well.
Exactly.
Right. And we got all the way to Berlin. So like, there was a lot of circling. Then John would give his ideas and say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like we actually had a proper Sova now, right? Tommy had to learn himself.
Yes.
So he had a Tommy way of playing Sova. That's very unfortunate because I couldn't teach him how to play like the way I would like him to play. But John is ready made, and he could play like Shiba was ready made. He could play Sky, and Sky just came out, so we immediately jumped on that hero. So he could play a lot of stuff. He could play Breach, Sky, like all the initiators, great. So we learned so much from him. Applied whatever he told us to, and then we tried our own way. Started working. So that was when we started splitting away from DRX. I mean, at that time, Vision Strikers.
And I feel like that was also the point when Jason started to commit into one or at least like two roles at most. Because previously we've seen Jason do a lot of shit. Yeah. Just change agents every tournament, change agents every map. Like that was insane. And he could do it. Honestly, he could pull it off.
It was his fault, man. He'll be like, I want to play Sova. Then we're like, no. Then he plays Sova, 30 kills. Like, okay. All right, Jason, what do you want to do? You want to play Sova? Just play Sova. We'll figure it out.
But then
So
a dedicated player came in, and so he can just focus
he
on
could
his
move
role.
away. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I have something I want to ask you then about that, which is you kept on talking about how the Valorant mindset is different. And I think
Yes.
I'm very curious as to what you think that Valorant mindset is as compared to, let's say, CSGO, and how it differs. Like, what makes a Valorant player for you?
I think the reason why we were not a good CSGO team, like able to reach the highest levels, I think you need to have incredible discipline, and you need to play CSGO in the form of patterns. Like to manipulate these patterns, you need to go default every round. You need to pattern. You need to show different phases of like every. That's like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Right? You kind of have to do that in CS:GO, and we couldn't do that. We were already playing in a way where we were trying to get picks, and then after playing mid round, and that translated very well into Valorant.
Yeah.
But the problem is we were still in this phases thing. I think in Valorant the maps are you cannot approach it the same way. Like CS:GO maps, you fight for map control and stuff. In Valorant, you're like almost given all the map control and stuff. Right? You have all
At the
all
start,
the barriers.
the barriers.
Yeah, so all you need to do is you literally can do whatever you want, right? Like, which is what we're showing right now. You can do whatever you want, and it will still work, because of the way it is. You just have to think about all the weird shit that goes on, like a bird telling you that there are people there, or like a Sova arrow that you have to break, or you don't break, right? So the Sova arrow, do you break the Sova arrow or not? So that becomes a different thing. Yeah. So I think Valorant players are a little bit more open-minded. There's room to be open-minded, whereas in CS you cannot. You will have seen 1,000 situations, and you know how to play every single one.
Yes, it's
and
like
you just need to
more
you
like
just
chess.
need to be robot.
Yeah,
exactly. You just need to be robot, and then there's some people that can break the mold, like simple. Like they can do stupid shit and hit everything and still win. Right? And obviously, it's not dumb. They've thought it through, and they're a bit more like Zaiwu, like all this 1v4 clutches, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's CS. In Valorant, I think it's a bit more sandbox. You can do whatever you like, and you can get away with it as long as it's a bit logical. I mean, sometimes you can do something even like the guys that can TP into the back of your base. That you have Omen that can kill someone and disappear. You can jet dash away. It's different, right? And you gotta treat it differently. And I think that's where the differences. I think that's where you start become a Valorant player once you understand these differences.
Oh, that is a great way to put it. And something I picked up there is you're saying that in Valorant. I'm not trying to compare CS and Valorant, but I think in Valorant in general, mid-round decision making is like the king of like it's like that thing that you want to be really good at if you want to be good in Valorant. Do you agree?
Okay, if there's one thing, then definitely mid-round decision making. But I think actually the other thing will probably be being able to manipulate the other person's information.
That's huge.
Basically it comes to the initiators, right? Like Skydog, Sova Dart, this kind of thing. Like being able to play around these utility things is very, very different from CS. You don't have to do that in CSGO. The guy is jumping. You see the guy.
You know he's there.
Yeah, so he knows I know. But then when it comes to the Sova arrow, you can like smoke it off. You can break it. You cannot. You can hide from it.
That's true. That's
true. That's where if you get really good at that, then you become really good at mid rounding.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a byproduct, right? So it's a bit. But I think that is the key thing. If you learn how to like play around with other people's information, like then you win because you know exactly what's happening.
Yes.
Or at least when I anti-strat, sometimes I have a rough idea of what they are thinking. Like, I mean, obviously this changes game to game, right? But like sometimes they just don't do things that they don't do things that you think they'll do.
That is a great point because anti-stratting, I have my own opinions about it, but in general, the basic principle with what I approach Valorant with is, if you just play good, then you can play against anyone, even without anti-stratting. Because
definitely.
Like you said, if you can manipulate each other's information really well, then you, theoretically speaking, you can have perfect information in every map.
Yes.
Right? You will know.
In a very weird way, right?
Yes, in a very weird way, you will know like what is going on at A, who's playing at A, how we can abuse that. Yes. Yeah. Like there will always be times when there's no recon coming from A lobby on Haven. Which means Sova is not playing A, so maybe Killjoy is playing A, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that. So I think that's a great point you mentioned, which is Valorant is about information. Information is king in this game, and the team that can do it the best is gonna be winning a lot of games. Do you think PRX is really good with that, like information?
I think we are, but we are also like anti-information, right? Because sometimes we just play so fast that it doesn't matter anymore. Like it becomes more of like but we are. I mean, we worked. That was one thing that we worked very hard on. Because you know who's king of information game, right? It's Vision Striker.
Yes.
Right. If they're willing to play like three initiator setups, means they want to play the info game. You know, so they're really good. And that's the first thing we picked up. It's like, okay, these guys, they know everything. You know, they know where we are. You know what I mean? So like we gotta learn that skill. So that was the first thing. So we can play like that. And we do play like that sometimes, you know.
We saw that. We saw that in your Masters run. I think it was your Magic and FPX, I think. It was second map or third map that you guys played really slow.
Yeah, it was Haven.
Yeah. It was Haven, yeah. You played like so fucking slow. Is this really PRX? That's what everybody's been asking. And it actually worked. So it showed that you guys really knew how to play like that.
Yeah, we can do it. It's just
do it. It's just not you. So does this come from the players or you to decide what kind of style you want to play in a map?
Well, I think we go about it as a collective. You know, like 6 of us sit down. I probably am not like other coaches. Like I said, like I like to lead discussions. You know, I want all of them to be thinking.
Yeah.
Rather than like I tell them what to do and then they just follow like robots. That not my thing. So I would just get them together. I'm like, okay, look, this is how they play. How do you guys want to approach it? So we all agree on something before we even play. So when it screws up, that's because we agreed. And it's
yeah. And that's the only way to approach it, right? Like this is such a great point because there's no real value telling your players what to do as a coach because they're the ones in a server. They're the ones who's going to be running everything there. So I don't think we can dictate what they do, but discussions are very important so that we know what each other's thinking, right? So when we go into the server, we don't have to discuss it in the middle of the round. We know what we're going to do. If it doesn't work, then we'll think about it again and just continue, repeat. Okay. Wow. Okay. So that's great. That's coaching PRX. Who's been the hardest to coach in PRX, you think?
Actually, I'm very blessed. You know, I have 5 guys that are like really. It sounds like a very politically correct answer, but honestly, they're very hardworking. You know, like extremely. Like I don't have to do anything. Like they're probably like I'm very sure they're grinding right now. You know what I mean? You don't have to tell them anything. Sometimes I would like push them. You know, like yo, you're not playing enough. Then they'd be like, next day play. You know, that kind of thing, or something like that. So I was like, they're super self-motivated. You know, this wouldn't happen if they weren't self-motivated. Like they would come to I don't always come up with anything. You know, sometimes they just come to me and just like, I got an insane plan. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Then when we do it right, we look at it like, it's absolutely. You know all this buying stuff. Yeah, it's Jason coming out with it. You know what I mean? Because he's the one that's running in, right? Yeah. So the way it works was Jason will come out with something extremely dumb, right? Like crazy.
Yeah.
And then he was like, it's gonna work. And then the rest of them would just like sit down, listen, and then like, okay, I don't want to throw it from here because I'm gonna die. That's pretty much it, you know. So they would just like fill up. Then we would try it. Like there's no in PRX, there's no like we would try everything. We won't say no. We will try everything until we lose, and then we're like, okay, that's really dumb. You know, then we're like, okay, shelf. We'll figure it out somehow. And maybe new agent come out, we can use it again. You know?
Right. A different utility comes in that will fit perfectly. Then maybe you can use it. Right. That's a great way to approach things. Wow. And I don't want to sound like I'm like as licking right now, but this approach, I really love it because I coach the same way. I think we have the same coaching philosophy in the way that I want my players to be the one making the decisions. I'm here to help you guys figure it out. You know, like, okay, you want to try something? Let's try it, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's a great coaching philosophy. So thank you. So now I want this to be useful for you guys in the chat. So maybe in the chat, we'll have players who are in a professional team or they want to be in a professional team, right? And Alex have been talking a bit about how he's coaching PRX and how the PRX process is like. And I think one point I get there is that you have 5 players who have initiative. They learn on their own. They grind on their own. They come up with a lot of shit that goes into the server eventually in official games. What else do you think players who wants to be pros, who maybe wants to get picked up by PRX, what do they need to do, like in your perspective?
Assuming that you have all of that already.
Yes. Oh well, actually, you can mention everything that you think is a must in a player.
Okay. Look, the way I look at it is like it's a bit more like mobile than it is CS:GO, right? So mechanics are key, and mechanics. If you notice one thing that the top mobile players always have is that the highest MMR players are all on the best teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like all the best teams have a guy that's from all of them have 10k MMR players. You know, they are the best of the best already in the PAC region.
Yep.
That's when you get noticed. Number one. That's number two is you have honed your mechanics to a level where you can compare with the pros. So you have to play like a madman. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's
Ranked
no
matters, guys. Ranked,
Yep.
believe it or not, matters.
It does, for real. No matter what anyone says, right? All the people that are going to franchising, they're gonna look at the rank leaderboards. Like nobody's gonna tell you, like where did Thompson come from? Right? He came from
Came from
I think nobody
nothing,
knows.
bro.
Came from
And then
nothing,
he became a
Then he wins.
back-to-back TI champs, motherfucker. That's unfair. But no,
it's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not true that like rank is everything.
No.
Right? I'm very sure that players that learn faster. You know, that's where your talent is, right? If you're really talented, the speed at which you acquire information and process and learn is faster than other people, and that means you can play less rank and afford to get away with it, right? And that happens, But I'm quite sure that you hone your skills in the rank game. The whole point, I mean, all the best players play rank. So if you're playing rank at a very high level, you're going to meet all the best players.
That's right.
Great time to learn, right? Watch them play. Aside from that, I think what's really underrated is being able to make friends. Because the truth is,
this is great.
When you get into a team, it's never how good you are. It's almost always who you know.
Who you know.
You know what I mean? And it's unfortunately the harsh truth, you know what I mean? Like if you wanna get into a good team, you have to know the right people, and you have to be lucky.
Yeah, people should be able to see you, right? And guys, now you're hearing it from Alex, okay? But I've been telling you. And for those of you who've listened to me, I've been telling you, you need to know how to put yourself out there. Otherwise,
exactly. Yep.
What the fuck are you going to use those skills for? So that's a really great point, and I totally agree with it. What else, Alex? What else?
I think in this day and age, last time for me, I didn't have to do it, but now you have to be streaming. You have to have TikTok. You have to have YouTube. If you don't have these, you're absolutely you don't have any value to an organization, right? I see this is maybe a bit harsh, but I see a lot of people go on Twitter. They have some results, and they say, "Come sponsor us. I'm looking for org." But when the org looks at you, and you got nothing, you got no TikTok, you got no Twitch, you got no viewers. Obviously, I mean, it's you build it. You know how they build it is a different story, right? But you don't even do it, And maybe when you get picked up, you tell people, "I don't want to stream. I just want to play." And everyone on PRX was the same, right? They didn't want to stream, Like it's tiring. It's difficult. You have to put your best face on. You can't dig your nose. That kind of stuff. Right? You have to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
You can't say shit that you might normally say, all that kind of thing. Yeah. But you have to be there because that's where eyes are. That's how orgs sell you and how orgs get money. How orgs pay your salary. The amount of fans you have and all that matters. If you don't do all these things, you have no value to an org. You're gonna sit there wondering, yeah, I have all these results. Maybe like I've made it to VCT wherever. You know what I mean? Why am I not getting picked up? It's because nobody knows where you are. There's no value. You know what I mean? So results, it's a two-way street, right? You gotta do something first. Results just not enough. Last time, yes, when you're playing CS:GO, yes, you really, really good player. You have smashed the best teams once in a while. You get picked up. Boom. Nowadays, yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Is Sky SG in the chat? Because he struggles getting an org. Listen to this man, Sky SG. Go stream more.
Yeah, definitely stream more. Put yourself out there. You can always. I mean, I would approach an org with all my numbers.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just my titles, right? It's like, look, I pull this much numbers.
Yeah.
This per month, this many people see me. You know what I mean? Then boom, you get a contract for $500. Yeah, great. You start.
That's a start.
And then you start. You don't care how much you get, right? All you wanted was the money to be paid to pay. Then boom, you continue. You start to win more. Then the next org that comes by, they already see you. But the first org is hard. It's really hard.
Wow. There is so much value for you guys right here for aspiring players. So don't say you didn't get anything from here, okay? You got something out of Alex. Indirectly, Alex is coaching you right now, okay? So
I'm very open. If you DM me, I always answer everything.
See, there you go. You got the green light. Alex is
Go ahead.
accepting DMs. Go DM him. Ask him if he's single or not. Are you single?
Yeah.
Ladies, get in line. All right. So, okay. Now, there are a few more things I want to talk about with PRX. How do you decide to play that Breeze comp versus FPX? We saw it once.
That might have been my fault. I mean, when we were on the way to Istanbul, I was really thinking, because we have tried it before, right? Like Astra Neon, like
yes,
okay, look.
yeah.
Okay. Also Ben Kai's fault, because Ben said, he sat down and he said, okay guys, we have the best Euro in the world. Let's put him every map. So I got to thinking, and I was like, yeah. We tried it on Split, it didn't work. And Jason straight away said, yeah, this is shit. I'm gonna die every time I TP. Okay. Then we went to Breeze, and then I was like, okay, look, I want to play double duelist. JJ, you're quite balls on chamber. You know, we're gonna go double duelist. We're gonna force it somehow. And JJ's like, yeah, I agree. So, and all of them always say, yeah, I agree. So, comp was born, right? And then we're like, okay, we can use Astra because now we need someone that can smoke.
The smoke is
like,
bigger
so,
and
it's big now, you know.
Yeah.
So like, everybody's super enthusiastic, and we go in the game and we try shit out, and it's not flash through because we can't go A. Up to now, we haven't figured out how to go A, but we can go B. And if FPX played chamber, I guarantee you we win that game. You know, because we can go behind that chamber every single time. We win that game. He would have to TP away, and we just run the bomb side for free.
Free side, yeah. And I saw
the worst thing was a jet. Or Cypher.
It was the counter.
They played both, man.
Oh god damn it. That was fun. And I was so heartbroken because I knew what you were trying to do, which was just go fast to B, because you guys should be getting that for free, right? With the Euro TP.
Yeah.
But you guys are losing all this clutches, man. It's so
we cracked, you know.
Yeah, it's that is so heartbreaking, because I thought, like for real, if you guys won those first 3 rounds on the attack,
everything so as well.
Everything was gonna be different.
I think we snowballed. I mean, we made them use 2 tech pauses in 5 or 6 rounds, right? Like we were doing it.
Dude, it was impossible to prep for your comp like that. And I think Angel said it, right? Angel said it. It was so hard to prep against PRX, especially that map. But yeah, it just didn't.
FPX is exactly the same to prep for, you know, like they switch comps, like they switch. I think they have a base model of how to play, and they just switch the agents, and they don't have problem with it because they do it all the time. And so it's really hard to prep for them as well.
Yeah. So you two are pretty similar in that sense, where you have like a system that you can play with, but you just have different agents with different utilities. So maybe you take B long differently on bind, but it's pretty much the same system, you know.
Yeah, I blame the fact that they were the first team I watched, you know, in a VOD. So I took everything from them. So literally playing the other papa. You know? One was DRX, the other one is FPX.
Of course. Oh shit! All right. Okay, so PRX won. You guys are going into champions, of course. How's the team right now? Are you guys over that loss against FPX, or are you?
I think so. We haven't VOD reviewed yet. That will come very
soon.
Okay. We've been on a week and a half break, or 2 weeks break since we've been back to watch LCQ, you know, just relax, enjoy.
Yes.
Because I think people don't know, but like the way we practice is quite intense, right? Because they do their own self grinding. But now it's a very real thing, you know. And I think Optic touched on it, you know, recently, that they really burnt out. Yeah. And you can tell, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to just keep getting new stuff out.
Hard.
Yeah. So like the fact is, between Iceland and stage 2 was like we basically took a break, 3 days practice, and then we were playing already. You know what I mean? So we had to like practice while in the tournament. It was I didn't think we were gonna make it to Copenhagen. Like when we were first playing, I was quite sure because we were losing scrims. I was telling all my bosses, like, guys, we better expect the worst, man, because we're in trouble because we don't have enough time to practice and it's difficult. You know, we're gonna have to rely on like shooting everyone. But they kind of got together in the middle of like playoffs. We were dropping maps everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
It was a bit rough, yeah.
That's rough. So you guys are you've been taking a break and you've started practice, right? I mean, today you said you started
Monday.
Started Monday. There you go.
So so we're here.
Practice is back in session, ladies and gentlemen, for PRX. Are you guys coming up with new stuff, or are you just gonna fix what you
both?
Both? Ooh.
We want first we want to figure out how to play the really slow teams. That's like priority number 1.
Okay.
Because everyone's gonna do that to us now. Obviously, some teams will do it a lot better. Like like playing FPX is one thing, right?
FPX,
And playing
yeah.
someone that's forced to adopt an FPX playstyle will be a lot easier to do because they're not going to be as comfortable with it. So but we need to crack the code, and that's the priority before we reach Copenhagen. I think we double down though. We go even harder.
I agree. I mean,
we'll
it's been
figure it out.
producing pretty good results, so why not, right? Just double down on that. So
Yeah, so I think we'll crack that code.
okay.
Then after that, it's about sandbox time again. You know, where we
Yes.
just see whether we come up with something new.
Yeah. Are we gonna play on this next patch where Chamber is nerfed for champions, or is it?
Yeah, that's why I suspect. I think the rule is it has to be 2 weeks.
2 weeks. And
The
it
patch
will
has to
be
be live for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So it'll be more than 2 weeks. So actually, it's possible that we play on some other patch, whatever comes next. You know.
Okay.
More nerfs.
Damn. This is what's hard about Valorant, isn't it? Like,
Exactly.
you have to change a lot of shit. Like, I think, and we're gonna start moving out from PRX and talk about the general soon. Do you agree that all these patches, like the Jet nerfs, for example, they affect a lot of players and teams and results? And
For sure.
some players just struggle to adapt and change their playstyle. So, do you think players should really try and focus on their flexibility in terms of their agent pool?
I mean, for sure, if you were to play in a professional team, there will be days that you're called upon to play different agents. And if you can do that, you're a bigger asset, right? I'm very sure a lot of players have fallen off because they was maybe either teams or players are stubbornly holding on to the fact like, okay, we have to play Jet on this map, for example. And it's been nerfed, and the guy tries the same things that he, that's where the rank comes in, right? Yeah, that's where rank comes in, where you play more agents, and you play, and then you get good at more different things. But for sure, like, you should be able to play different roles.
Okay.
I feel that it's a huge advantage to be able to play like 2-3 roles, like to a high level. Because in the day will come that like someone's gonna try and take your spot on a team, right? And the guy and the meta just doesn't suit you. You're out of the team for only because you're specialized,
Yeah.
Which I mean, it sucks, but
it sucks.
The nature of the game, right?
It is.
So you just gotta the way the game works is as soon as the meta comes in, abuse whatever is the strongest, right?
Yes.
So you got if the team can do that, I mean that's the same for every mobile out there. Right? Like, as soon as like someone finds something absolutely broken, you just hide it, use it in the finals, you become TI winners.
That's right.
Like the IO thing.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened, right?
It was
So
stupid,
you see what I mean?
dude. It was crazy.
Then there was that patch hook where you could hook the guy back into spawn and get the fire, kill you. All that shit. You have to be up on top of it all the time.
That's right. So okay, about flexibility. You've watched LCQ. Did you watch the grand finals?
I watched everything, yeah.
Okay, you watched everything. And you've probably seen Onyx, right?
Yep.
Any comments on Onyx?
I think the Indonesians have a choking problem. I think the teams are very good, but under pressure they all crack.
Yeah.
You can see, like they're starting to back off everywhere. Like, just let them come in and we'll figure it out.
No map control whatsoever, no initiative.
Yeah, but I understand where it's coming from because we went through LCQ and we did the exact same thing, It's very hard for anyone in that situation. Like, okay, look, LCQ straight up is the most stressful tournament of the year.
It is.
Because there's so much at stake, right? Like, you actually qualify for champions and you get a direct slot, right? You don't have to win and points. Like what we did for the points, and you're all the way in champions. So like, it's so much at stake. This just LCQ is slightly easier. You don't have to play against China and all.
That's true.
They're separated, right?
Yes.
So even more at stake. You're suddenly like, yeah, this is really doable. All 11 teams there, or was it 10? All 10 teams there were like, we can do this. Every single one must have told themselves like, we can do this. Know? So when you start to tell yourself that, right, and then it's so much at stake, right, then suddenly it's 12, 11. You just don't want to make a mistake. Everyone's like, okay, screw this shit. I'm not gonna take initiative because it's scary, right? You don't want to be like holding your head at the end of the day, right? Or crying. Like, everyone has gone through that. LCQ is hard, man. So it's very understandable. Like everyone chokes. It's not just the Indonesian teams. Like all of them, everyone choked.
Okay.
You can see it happening. I mean, everyone's just losing their minds, like dumb swings, everything. Like, it's painful to watch, but
okay. And everybody's been asking me this question, like, what would you do? What would you tell Onyx? Let me ask you that question. What would you do, Alex? This is no disrespect to Ewok or Meow or whoever's coaching those teams for real, but I'm just asking for opinions and views.
I was about to say, there are times where I pause the games. I know I have to pause, but I don't know what to say. Because like,
okay.
What can you say, right? Like they're following the plan. The plan's not working.
Yeah.
your backup plan, they have already thought of it, you
Yeah.
know? Like, they already discussed, like, we can do this, we need to do this, then you pause the game and like,
Shit.
all right, everyone chill, we got this, guys. Do that plan. You know, that's all you can do. Right? I wouldn't know either. Like I mean, I've been through games where my team has choked. I mean, I'm pausing and like you can see the guy choking. If you call attention to it, he's probably going to be more conscious about it.
Yes, that's right.
You take off pressure from him in 1 minute. That's impossible to do, right?
It's really tough.
Like to convince the guy it's okay you're choking. You know?
No.
How do you do that? Right. How do you tell the guy, yo, really you got 0 frags? Well, it's fine. It's not fine.
Are you talking about Shiba?
No, but the thing is, with John, I didn't have to do anything because with John, the whole team just immediately got up, pat his
Everybody's
back,
doing it for
you know?
yeah.
So I didn't have to do anything. I just paused like I told John like, dude, just I don't care, man.
Yeah.
But that's really what the coach can do. Like, if people are looking for like a magic bullet or anything, like, yeah. At that situation, it's just like, yo, bro, like, it's okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do.
I love this. So this is a great talking point, I think. Like, coaching outside of matches is very different from coaching when matches are live. Because in the server, in the matches, sure, maybe you still have to do some anti-stratting or, you know, just reading, checking, you know, check boxes and just telling your teammate, yeah, this is what's happening and maybe you can try this. But I think the bigger part of your role as a coach when the players are playing is to just keep them mentally stable.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
Chill.
Grounded, you know.
Yeah. So, and you only have 1 minute. How much can you talk about in 1 minute, right? So, is that what more people should focus on as their team is like, you know, nearing that comeback or getting comebacked? Like, what do you think?
I mean, I think for each team is different. Each coach will probably know their team best for starters. Some teams function really well under pressure. Like for example, like I think Optic is one of them where they're very good at like keeping pressure away from themselves, you know. So all the coach needs to do is like, this is the solution. Right. You know what I mean? And then they just do it. Like for PRX it's a bit different, I think. For my boys, I think we try our best to like push pressure away. The moment we decide we want to win is when we start to crack, you know. That's probably what happened on map 5, you know what I mean? Like you could tell like everyone just like, no, we know we can win, you know, we have the comp, it's in our grasp, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we know that like it's unstoppable. You know, so like when that happens, you know, then suddenly hitting shots becomes way harder. The game just goes boom, full speed, right? I'm sure you felt it, right? You know when you're choking, right? Suddenly everything's so fucking fast. You know, everything. It's like you've seen it before. Right?
You feel things are slipping out of your hands and just getting out of control, and you just feel like you can't stop this, and
it feels like the game is 10 minutes long, you know, like it just finished. Then you're just sitting there like, what happened?
What the hell happened? I felt that, dude, against Brand last year. My goodness, everything just fell apart. And
I know. Okay, that's the one where you guys went over to the Boom House to play.
Yes. Right? Oh no. After that, the qualification match in the lower brackets.
Okay.
The one we went to the Boom House was like we had nothing to lose, you know, because fuck, man, we were not even allowed to play by the gods, you know.
I know.
And so when we played in Boom's gaming house, we were like, fuck this shit, just play your games, guys. But then tomorrow we know what's at stake, you know. If we win this, we go to Masters.
That's the LCQ problem.
Yes, and people just started focusing on different things and maybe lose a bit of their grasp within the game, and so I myself felt like it was slipping out of my control. When the games were going on, because we anti-stratted and then things just didn't work out, and I was like, fuck, man, why are they doing this, you know? And Jesse Vash was like clutching us every 2 rounds, and I was like, why'd you have to be on today, man? Why today? And those things they just go really fast, and not much you can do.
I think so many players have experienced this, you know, but maybe it's hard to put into words, right? It just happens, and then you're like, what do I do, right? But you have to really like dig and think about like what you were thinking at that point in time.
I mean, it's a great experience, you know. You'll always learn from those experiences, so it's a very valuable one. Okay, so PRX, what a hell of a journey, right? From not being able to play Valorant at all to right now deciding or dictating or becoming the face of the APAC W gaming term. So it's been one hell of a ride. Now looking a bit into the future, just to pick your brain, what do you think about franchising? General thoughts.
I mean, one thing I can say is that I think management and players, for us, we agreed not to. We don't want any more information from the management.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're gonna leak shit. You know, we're not.
That's right.
We have the loser's mouth, right? So we just don't want to know. Obviously we trust them a lot. Like we
Okay.
trust the PRX management to do good by us.
Okay.
So no like sneaky stuff that other orgs might be able to pull. But I mean, yeah. But that being said, I think one, franchising is going to give orgs money, which will give players a lot more money, and that is amazing for the region, right? So everyone's going to want to play in a franchise team. People are worried about the T2 scene, right? And I think that's the real question. You know, it's not not actually like it's the T2 scene. I'm confident that Riot has a plan. You know what I mean? I don't think they're crazy enough to nuke their own game, which everyone seems to think that they are willing to do.
Yeah.
Right. That being said, I know that they have a past track record, League of Legends, and there's Overwatch. That's the exact same thing. But those are examples to learn from. Number one. Number two is not the same team running League of Legends and Valorant. I'm quite sure it's not the same team.
No.
I don't think they will nuke their own game, guys. Okay. They're not gonna kill ourselves. So I think there will be a robust tier 2 league, tier 2 thing. I hope that it leads to the same tournaments, you know, so it's just an alternative way of qualifying for the same tournaments.
That's the thing, yeah.
I hope that what the franchise will bring is just basically more televised matches for the franchise teams, you know, and more advertising for the franchise teams, and that's where Riot can make their money. That's where the best players play. But in the end, I hope that the tier 2 scene will lead to the tier 1 scene. Big tournament structure, you know, same as champions, everything the same. And whoever makes it there from tier 2, they get extra support, you know, and then franchise teams get refreshed, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I think that's the logical plan, but I'm not so, like, I don't know the business of esports that well, right? But I would hope that that's the eventual situation. That being said, no one knows anything. I'm just going to repeat. PRX doesn't know anything. We don't know anything. The players are the last persons you should ask. We really don't know anything.
Okay.
That being, I mean, all we have is the gossip that everyone has, right? Like whatever's happening on Twitter, and it's a bit alarming. but we have faith, you know.
Yeah.
If we haven't been told by our organization that like, look, we didn't make it, then I assume that we still have a shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just all I'm gonna assume because I don't know anything. But
right.
when I look at like today, I mean today there was like APAC here, like Esports here. I was like, oh fuck, man. Like we're gonna die.
Yeah. But then you also have one more thing to focus on this year, right? You still have champions. So if you think about all those things at the same time, you're just gonna get distracted. Right? It's gonna be one hell of a mess. So I think that's a great way to approach it.
That's why we don't want to know anything.
Yeah.
Just let us play champions and then we figure it out from there.
Very wise. Nick is in the chat saying, I don't know anything either.
Exactly. Nick is, I don't think he knows it.
Don't lie, Nick. See? Okay, we have an internal management issue here, so everybody's just fighting in the chat of Sleepy Studios TV. I'm sorry. Hi. Okay, so that's thoughts from Alecks for franchising. One more thing. You don't seem to need an analyst. What's your thought on that? Do you need like a full support staff team, or do you feel like, yeah, I can do this?
Yeah, I realize every coach has the analyst. I don't know an analyst, to be honest, because I think I do everything already. But one thing is, I have DSN and JD Faker, right? So those two guys come from the game. They usually give me their thoughts anyway. Nick always gives me his thoughts. We usually try to ignore it, but then he does. But then I'm kidding. But then he does have some good ideas sometimes. But like, they all give me their thoughts, you know. Okay. Sometimes he's crazy. So, like he's also part of the play your role on every map.
What?
Every map board, you know.
Interesting.
So like, but we're like, no, Nick, please, don't give him ideas. But as far as the analysts go, I'm not sure I put so much faith in the numbers as compared to other teams. I'm sure people fall into the natural rhythm of like going. Yeah, I'm sure there's value. I'm sure like people will be like, people go A 60% of the time, B or like 5v4. You know where they're going, their tendencies, right? But like that can change, you know, based on their reads and stuff. So I'm not very sure that I'm absolutely convinced about numbers. I think if I did have an analyst, I want him to analyze like very different things. You know, like I want him to try and maximize a player's mechanical skill. You know, I would want him to try and find out like the numbers of like if the guy is ducking spraying and
Right.
standing spraying
Right.
and like peeking corners like doing certain things. I want him to do that, you know, rather than like tell me how many I can watch a VOD and figure it out myself, you know what I mean? And every time you watch a VOD, you realize that every team plays differently because there's all this anti-stratting involved and stuff. So I'm not so much of faith in numbers, which means at this point, I haven't found that much value for an analyst. I'm very sure for CSGO, it's vastly different.
Oh yeah.
Because the game has been solved, right?
It's very different.
So then after that, yeah. So if the game has been solved, then the analyst stuff is the thing that gives you an edge. Right now, every meta changes, right? So every guy has to restart his analysis and stuff. Like, how are you gonna analyze this meta when the only LCQ teams have played?
Yeah.
Right? Like if the guy comes out with a different comp, like what the hell am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Right? All my numbers are wrong, right?
Exactly.
So as of this point, I think it might help if I have more people watching VODs with me, which means I don't have to watch until midnight, you know, that kind of thing. I can sleep earlier.
Yeah.
But then again, I still can do it, and I am the one sitting there. You know what I mean? I have to be able to like, that's what
You're
they're
the
doing.
one.
So I'm not sure how much it is. I mean, I write my own notes, and I just like from there, I just like look and I'm like, I have a rough idea of what I want to say. So yeah, as of this point, haven't found the value yet. I might be convinced if maybe someone can show me. You know, like look, I mean, like look, like we've gotten a few proposals about analyst jobs, and I mean only rightly so. I think assistant coach will probably help and stuff. I just haven't seen anything I like, you know what I mean? Like something that super stand out to me. Like I think if I could find someone that could improve Jason to one level higher, you know, that's the guy I hire immediately, right?
That's insane. That's an insane task as well, right? You're trying to improve Jason's mechanics.
One of the best players in the world, right? So that's who I need to find. You know what I mean? Like I need to find a guy that's gonna improve my players one level higher, rather than like the technical side, because I can handle that. You know,
you're there already. Yeah, you're the one going to be handling that either way.
Exactly.
So why don't you just focus on that and then have your assistant coach do
exactly
stuff that you're not controlling. So do you think there's ever going to come a point where Valorant is going to get solved?
No, I don't think so. I think the mechanical skill will keep increasing. I think there'll be like 5 years in a team eventually, and that'll be a bloody nightmare. But then or 5 Jasons. Yeah, but solve wise, I think that new things will come out every time, you know. I think what's gonna happen is like someone is gonna come to one tournament and have some unstoppable strat that's unsolved, right? And then they're gonna win a tournament. And then the next tournament some dude is gonna come out with something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next tournament will be won by someone with incredible fundamentals, you know. And the next tournament that will change again. So it's just gonna keep changing. Fundamentals are here to stay though. So like the team with the best fundamentals will win the most.
Of course. Wow. All this from your experiences from playing and coaching and from everything, yeah.
I have a huge advantage over other coaches, I think, because I played at a quite high level.
Yeah, you played at the top, so you this is something that I've always been wondering as well. Like I think you're right. A player or a coach rather who've played at the highest level will be able to understand things like way faster. Right?
Yeah.
Because you see, let's say Jason, you see Jason do something, and you'll start forming your thoughts. Like you'll see the track that he's going for, and then you'll understand, oh, this is how I can improve that. This is how I can help him do that even better with, you know, by placing your support players in a better position and, you know, helping him play around that same strat and just let him do his thing, right? So do you think we need more coaches like that, you know? Radiant coaches, or you know, coaches who play good?
I mean, from my own experiences, it's hard to say, but I think the biggest thing that being an ex-player at a very high level is probably comes down to relatability, right? I can relate to the feelings of choking, for example, and I can solve it. You know what I mean? And other coaches cannot because they've never actually like choked at a very high. Like, look, we have missed so many bloody like Arma tournaments, face it tournaments in the finals. You know, like those are to travel. Like I understand why it's like to go to the stage and bomb out like 0 frags.
Yeah,
I know that feeling. I've done it before. You know, I can remember my horrible losses like Dust 2 against Alpha Red. Okay, look it up, right? My team played like shit. Right? I was top frag.
You know exactly the rounds, the moments, the
Kalish, okay, Davai, he played like balls, okay, that game. And I bet you he remembers this, right? And I remember it as well. And I can relate, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like from then on, like it's easy to solve. You know, I can sit down and like, look, this is what you're thinking through. You know, the game is going really fast. This is how you need to try and unchoke. You know. Yeah, but I think that's where my biggest advantage is. It's probably to do with the mental state rather than like tactical side. I think if you an aspiring coach and you watch a crap ton of VODs like what I did, you probably can do what I do. You know, you probably can draw and say like this is probably what to do. Because I didn't play Valorant. I've what 100 games played max. Probably more unrated than I have
in the past 2 years.
Yeah, I don't play it. I only watch. You know, I just I have Valorant on my second screen all day long. You know, I don't actually watch it all the time, but it's on. You know, like if I happen to be bored, I'm just like leaning back and looking, and I see something interesting, I clip it. You know,
right.
And after that, I immediately in the middle of the night, Jason's gonna get a message like, "Hey, look, this flash I want," you know, kind of thing. So that's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That another person can easily do, right?
Yeah.
Anyone can do, right? So my advantage lies in the fact that I think I can relate, you know. So I don't give them stuff that I think doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like I read a lot of books on coaching and stuff as well, and I just pass the information to them. I do all the reading for them. I do all the VOD review for them. So when I say something, I mean they also have, I think, yeah, and I mean this is a side topic, but I think it's easy to coach in Asia compared to Europe. I think it's strange, but I think we have a culture of respect. You know, like, for example, you see DRX, they will never go against the coach.
Yes.
You know? And as soon as the coach is older than the players, it's the easiest thing to tell them, look, this way is going to work. Trust me. And they'll be like, yeah, Papa, I'll trust you. You know, big bro, I'll trust you. That kind of thing. That kind of shit. Like, it's easy, right? They'll just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I were in Europe, I don't have a fight against egos and stuff. You know, I like Jing and Jason. They're really, really, really good, right? But they have zero ego. I've never seen that before. You know. Like if I was that good, I'll be a dick, man.
Dude, I'm having goosebumps right now because that is exactly something that I've considered. Like I've been getting a few offers. Like, when I announced my contract was coming out. Coming up. Back in January, I was getting offers from a few other teams, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to coach another team that will not be the same way as I was coaching AE, in the sense that the players are nice, you know. They're not dicks. They listen. They like give me respect, and not just because I'm older than them, because they know that what I'm trying to do for them is for their own good and stuff like that. I cannot coach a team that will go against everything I say. And
I think if people fought with me all the time, I'll have a problem. But I mean, obviously, it's a very isolated case, right? I think by and large, if you're a top team, most of the time you're listening to the coach. I don't think you're fighting with the coach most of the time. But I imagine there are coaches that are suffering through this problem, you know. And I tell you, it's not very normal in Asia. I think Asia, most of the time, people listen to coaches.
Okay. So is that you saying that you're not going to go to NA or EU?
I would say that if they start to argue with me, I'll probably just leave.
Okay, fuck you guys. Listen to me, bitch.
Pretty much, I've done more watching than them. Like, shut up and listen, man. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, I do argue with my team. It's not as though I don't argue. Like
arguing is good.
Sometimes I'll complain that Jason will do something. Then, you know, I mean, this is a very real thing, right? Like Jason will do it, and I'll be whining. Jason, what the hell are you doing? And then just like, I can kill him. You know, that kind of thing. And then there'll be a bit of a
okay.
back and forth, and then,
we need more of this. Okay, we need more of this. Because we know of the famous "fuck me, man," Aaron. How many of that in a day's practice?
Honestly, almost zero.
What?
Sometimes I blow up. Yeah. Okay. Look. That situation, they cannot hear me. Let's put it out there. They cannot hear me.
Of course.
Right? So at that point in time, I'm literally the same as you guys. I'm a fan. You know what I mean?
Right.
And as all fans go, if you watch your team play like balls,
man. Yeah.
You score Aaron. You know. But then in Aaron's defense, all 5 of them got scolded by me that round. The camera only caught the last one. I scolded Jason, then JJ for re-picking, and then Ben for not swinging, and then Aaron for giving the bulldog. And I didn't even scold him then, you know. It's like, it's because the bulldog killed the last guy, then I reached. I was like, what the hell, man?
Fuck him, man, Aaron. You gave him the fucking bulldog.
Alright, so that's the exact situation. I scolded all of them.
Yeah.
Alright, they were all insulted and they were cursed at. I was very fair. I am very fair in my scoldings, guys. Jason also gets scolded.
Okay.
All the time.
Alright.
Jason kills 3 guys and then he gives the guy a gun. I scold him. Yeah, I just yell.
Right.
But I mean, when pause time, I'm like, okay, guys, chill, boys. I'm zen as hell. I'm very relaxed. I tell him what I think I
No,
do.
but that is.
But then once I put on the mic, you're like, oh my
Shut.
god.
Yeah. No, that is so relatable. Like if anyone watching my watch party when he was shown doing that, you would know that I was saying, dude, Alex, this is such a relatable moment for all coaches around the world because that's what we do.
I'm sure.
We just fucking talk shit about our players all the time, and then we help them, and then we calm them down. And I can't believe how,
My management's the same. They're not blameless. We're all four of us, we're there in the huddle room. I'm here. We're all yelling, like what the hell are they doing? It's a very angry
okay, hold up.
coaching staff.
Nick is saying, ask Alex about how he scolds Davai and Jing. Alex, the floor is yours.
How do I scold them? I don't even know. I don't actually scold. Do I? I almost never scold JJ.
Really?
I almost never scold him. Yeah.
What's the reason? Is it because he doesn't make a mistake, or you think, oh, he's too nice?
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but like I would like complain, to him, like JJ.
But you don't scold him
in a very friendly way,
right?
Yeah, but I think maybe it's because I go way back with Davai, right? Like way back, like he's even stayed in my home before, like right down there. He stepped there before because he missed his flight, that kind of thing. And that's why I'm a lot more comfortable just like telling him he's a dumbass. But then I don't really do that. I would be more comfortable like straight up. And I have gotten into like yelling matches with him before.
With Davai?
Yeah, because look, Davai is the most hot-tempered in the team. You know what I mean? And he's difficult to manage, If he doesn't get his way right, he's just like And then I'll be the same, and then both of us will like complain a bit.
Was there ever a case where it was intense or, messy? No?
Yes. Once in a while, like in a rare while, you know how teams. You a coach, right? You know how tempers fly, right? Someone throw a flash, the situation can go 3 different ways, but the guy insists that his way is correct. Then the next guy's insisting. Then I also insist that no, you both are dumb. Then we all fight.
Yeah.
And then it just happened.
You're actually right. There was one time I was trying to calm my team down when we were playing the Indian tournament. But we were playing on 100 ping, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling them, yeah, it's bad, but guys, what can you do about it? There's nothing you can do about it. And then Jonathan, Nads, yelled at me saying, you try playing at 100 ping.
Yeah. Did you fight?
But then I didn't fight back because
You're very nice because I will definitely yell.
You would?
Shut up and play. For sure.
You would? Oh, maybe I should have fucked him up.
But which is why I get into fights with Lish, because he's the only one that will shot back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was like just back and forth. Then I was just like, okay, fine.
Okay.
But I would have yelled at him if he did it.
Maybe
the first person to complain about ping would be Lish, for sure.
Right.
We used to play in CSGO. He was playing in Kelantan, and they didn't have fiber optics yet. So when we play in 100, he every round, like,
fuck ping, fuck. I'm lagging.
So after a while, you're like, just shut up,
Damn.
Then the exact same thing will come up. It's like, you try. that line,
It's the exact same line, right? You try playing 100 ping.
Yeah, then it just devolves into shit after that. But then at the end of the day, I try to pull them aside. I'm like, okay, guys, all good?
Yes.
Yes,
of course.
Can we get this going? Time to review.
Yeah, thankfully that time I had Adrian King come in. It was just his first week or two, right? And then we talked after, and Adrian King was like, yeah, I told Nats Lauren about it. That was not very nice. Oh, thank you. I didn't feel like
it helps a lot.
It helps, like if we have a good leader in the team that who's able to diffuse the tension
it helps
in the team.
A lot.
Oh my god, that is so good. Otherwise, you're gonna be fighting every single fucking day, and it's fucked up. Okay, wow. So, Alex, why do you this, dude? Coaching is a shit job.
What do you? You would know.
So why do you do it, man? Why don't you just play? Why don't we just form team and just play, dude?
We would suck, dude.
Okay, we would suck. Okay, thanks for your confidence.
I suck.
Okay.
People always want me to stream and like, you don't want to watch me stream. I'm just gonna miss everything. It's gonna be a shit stream. It's gonna just be like a AMA stream more than a Valorant stream.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but you with your epic pen, streaming, I think that's gonna pull in a lot of numbers.
I might try.
Yeah,
I was thinking of doing it for this LCQ, but then I thought
yeah.
I'll let you be in charge of that. A bit more Indo involvement, you know.
Well, that's true because there's Indo teams in the grand finals. So yes, Alex, go stream. I think a lot of people would love that. Okay, so I mean, what is your thought about the whole esports development so far? Like, any thoughts, like, from when you started until now? Like, what has been the general sentiment?
Esports as a career, or
the scene itself. Like, how do you see
how it's
esports
grown?
now? Yeah, what thoughts do you have about it?
I mean, basically, when I was playing, I was 18. Or rather, I started really late, like 16, 17, right? So when I was finally playing competitions at 18, you don't have money, you know? There's literally there's no contracts. Esports is super young. The only person winning was DSN, who has joined us, making all the cash, so you can't beat that. Aside from that, I mean, you really everyone's just playing for fun. Like, nobody thought this could be a career. So what happens is, every Saturday, everybody in Singapore, the whole Singapore will gather at this one LAN shop, and everyone would just be playing each other's scrims, right? Yeah, that was esports then. Now everything's online. I have not seen anyone go to the same LAN shop. It's still there. No, I think it's gone actually.
It's gone.
But then
Are you talking about
yeah, it's
Colo?
gone. Colo's gone.
Colo's gone.
Yeah, they're all gone. Yeah, but there used to be everyone going down there, right? And now everyone doing it online. I think people are too quick to ask for money. Like I said, I think the kids should really focus on building their brand. You know, and it's a tough thing to do. You know, that you put yourself out there. You're doing TikToks about like how you think the game should be played. People are giving you shit, and you gotta have a super thick skin. You're laughing at you, that kind of thing. Like, it's not easy to do. You know what I mean? But it has to be done. You know, that's the way esports is right now. I think there's a lot more opportunity. Right. Like, for example, I think Indonesia and Philippines has like 8 signed teams. It's crazy, right? In the past, it's like 1 in Singapore. You know, so the even Singapore is like 5 or 6 different teams that had like
Right now, yeah.
salary rosters. You know, so I think it's changed a lot from where I mean, right now, if I was 18 years old, and I can actually say, yeah, I see my future in this, right? I can go until I'm 30 if I'm really good. I mean, you have to be objective, right?
Of course.
You look at yourself play, like, I can do this, I can't do this. You know, if you think you can do it, you know, you're Radiant at 14 years old, you're Jason Santos, like, by all means, man, just pursue that shit.
Fucking go.
But if not, maybe get a degree, you know, while pursuing it.
Maybe get a degree.
Maybe. Or like work, you know, get some money just in case shit happens. But I think a lot more opportunity to do anything. If you wanted to be a coach, you wanted to be support staff, you want to manage, you want to, you want to work for Riot, you know, that kind of thing. There's all the opportunities there. You know, there's a new business booming, a couple billion, I don't know how many 100 billion industry. Yeah, so it's very different. In the past, I mean, nobody could have imagined this, I think. Yeah, so I think it's changed a lot.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm involved, you know.
Yeah, that's
like, it's fun.
We're really lucky. Like, even though we didn't benefit from the early, right? We didn't get to play, but being here, like, we're actually part of this, you know, like this whole fucking scene. We're actually involved with the players.
Yeah, something bigger than yourself.
Something bigger than yourself. The biggest talents in the dude. I coached 2 champions players. I can say that now, right? Deboto, Berserks. I don't know if I did something for them, but I was with them.
I'm sure you did. You got them onto the eventual roster.
That's true. That's true. But I still believe like credits needs to go to the players themselves. So I was just there to support. But yeah, it's amazing to be involved, and I just feel incredibly lucky. So do you see yourself continuing this until like you're 40 or more?
Hopefully, I don't have to coach for too much longer.
Okay.
Because it is a very tiring job.
It is.
But I am very interested to see what franchising or tier 2 Valorant brings.
That would be fun.
I'm gonna stay for that for sure.
Of course.
Then I think I'll try to stay as long as the players want me to coach them. Because I'll try, you know what I mean? But I'm getting older. Let's be real. Life is hitting me in the face already, you know.
Already.
It's a bit tough, you know, guys. But hopefully after coaching, I will have a role in PRX or somewhere else. I'm very happy where I am, to be honest. I think they've been taking very good care of us. And I mean, I come from Chinese orgs, you know. and other Singaporean orgs, and some.
Oh.
I played for an Indian org before as well. But that was when there was no contracts and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I know the dark side of that kind of stuff.
Mm.
You know, all the gambling and things like that. I've been there. I've seen it. Where all the bosses are basically super rich people and just betting against each other. You know, my team's gonna play your team today. Let's play. Yeah, they're gonna do that. They're gonna bet. I don't know what they bet, but basically they bet. and you know, you get yelled at by the bosses, or they bring you to dinner, but they have like super black faces, right? Because they lost, you know, that kind of thing. And then you're like, oh my god, I don't want to play.
I don't like this.
I don't have that problem in PRX, you know.
Okay.
So I've been very. I think all the players agree that we've been very well taken care of.
So you're saying, yeah.
I'm saying if PRX gets franchising, I'm very sure I'm here. I will stay in the org for a long time. You know what I mean? I think I'll just try and build something, you know.
Okay.
If we don't, then we're gonna go find. We're gonna find something else.
I mean, we have to be realistic, right? So, you know, no offense to Nick, no offense to Jojo, of course.
I'll come back. I gotta get my bag first somehow.
That's fair play. But you're saying that PRX have been a W org. They've been
for sure
a very nice team to play for or to coach for, to work with.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's really nice to hear. So Alex, if you want a assistant coach that has the same mindset as you do, with the same philosophy.
Wait, is that an actual good idea? Should I find someone with a different mindset?
No, I don't know. That's what I was saying. I was ready to tell the chat, guys, I don't think I can be with Alex because we have the exact same way of coaching. So we might clash. As in, we don't need two of us. But who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
But I mean, I thought, you know, I think Gibbo spoke to you, right? Like the ex, yeah, you know, like we were just talking about how let's say there's a slot for a franchise team and you were to make a roster for players.
Oh, Gibbo, yes.
Yeah, Gibbo, yeah. I was just talking to him, and I think you should partner with him and go create a Filipino Indo team. You know, so it covers everything. It covers the biggest APAC bases.
Yeah.
It has very talented players.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think it'll be interesting because I think he's a bit different from me. You know what I mean? Like he's a bit more like structured.
He is.
So it'll be a good match for the two of you. You know what I mean?
Damn, he's rejecting me very smoothly, guys. He's telling me, no, maybe don't do it with me.
I don't want an assistant coach. You know, I do it myself. I'm kidding.
I'll take it, whatever, dude. But anyway, it's been great. Thank you so much, Alex. It was really fun.
It was fun. Should do this again.
Yeah, I do hope to do more of these. So maybe you'll make a comeback here and chat about more stuff, of course.
Yeah, we do an insider one, you know. Like,
dude,
I just give all the secrets.
I was just thinking about this thing the other day. We should really do a panel here, you know, me, maybe other coaches like Meow, for example.
What will we comment on?
Yeah,
just
talk about the whole Valorant scene, like what's happening in Indo, what's happening at LCQ of EMEA, NA, or maybe just focus on APAC. Maybe talk about Masters, Champions, talk about different meta, go deep as a,
why not?
You know, talk about the mechanical stuff.
It'll be fun for sure,
right? Because we're nerds. We will love to talk about all the... Like, the other day, what we were talking about, you, me, and Gilbert... Sorry, Gibbo. We're talking about players that we would pick up from Indonesia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And...
I spoke to him about that as well.
Yeah, no. He showed me your choice for the Indonesian side.
What do you think?
No, here's the thing. He asked me the same question he asked you, I think, or the same question you asked him. So, which is which 3 players from Indonesia you want to pick? And something interesting. I have the same exact ones as Gibbo.
The same.
Same ones. And we have the same duelist.
All of us?
All of us have the same duelist.
Okay.
And I don't think people in the chat expects who that is.
I think he's gonna make it somewhere soon.
I think he will. Yeah, he's really
he'll
good.
Find himself a franchise.
Yeah. Oh, you guys don't know shit. So stay tuned.
Baiting your chat. We'll talk about it next
We'll
time,
talk
maybe.
about it when we have the panel. No, you guys will not expect it. Not the big names. Trust me, not the big names. Okay? So, relax. We'll come back. We'll talk about it. Just not today.
We'll talk about it.
We will talk about it. So, let me figure things out. Let me figure out a way how to bring this guy back together with some other coaches. And we'll talk about all this stupid stuff about players.
So yeah, we'll make conjectures everywhere.
Everything. We'll talk about everything about Valorant and shit. So it'll be fun. Okay. But until then, of course, Alex, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy this as much as I did. And
I always do.
Always do? Awesome. So
I always do.
See you back here then, yeah?
Well,
cool. Thank you,
cheers.
Alex. Cheers. Good luck with
Bye,
Champions, of course. Say thanks to Alex. Guys, don't forget to follow Alex on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, of course, because he did say he's going to start streaming.
I will post stuff on Instagram one day.
See, he will post something, and he will stream, guys. He will stream with Epic Pen.
Eventually, I will. I'll draw for you guys. All the penises on the map, I'll do it.
Hey, that is an insight, right?
Is it bannable? No, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. So, all right. I'll see you soon, Alex. Good luck with Champions.
Yes, thank you so much.
And of course, everybody, say thanks to Alex as he makes his way out. Thanks, man.
Bye, guys.
Take care, dude. Ciao. See you. Bye-bye.